did it.
Okay. Yeah, we did it. Yes, 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 we did it. Hey, actually, I wanted to talk a little more about how you can capture the attention of your furry baby. So what do you think? How do you capture the attention of your furry baby? What's your secret there, lady?
Well, Lily loves our daughter and our son-in-law and their little girl. So, and the dog. So I go, "Where's Ben? Is Ben coming over today? Where's Jenny? Where's Eleanor? Where's Normandy?" And if that doesn't work, I say, "Do you want to get a treat?"
That's hilarious. That's really funny. Well, you're fortunate because, and I would love to hear in the comments, dear friends, how you do it personally. But in my case, because every baby of my clients I photograph, it's so different. So I really typically first start with the noise. And then, my noises are very crazy. You probably should not really show them, but I do ruff, ruff, ruff. And then sometimes, in fact, I hope, your baby, she's there. And then I actually, knock sometimes on my lights, or, sometimes you knock on my camera. So I knock, and then I would use toys. And I kind of like to use the toys smaller so I can squeeze them. And then the last sorts would be the treats. And then I see that April, she says, where it's that. I do use, by the way, I do use my husband's name sometimes. But last week, Chico was really good when I was squeezing, the package with the treats, and he really liked it. Oh my God, it's so hilarious. It's really, really awesome. So that's kind of, some of my tips and tricks. And I have seen, sometimes I was just showing in Instagram, in the video I show you, I will use my hand to make the pet look at the direction I want. And then I had clients giving green beans, carrots, peanut butter, you name it, even steak, when steak, the doggy was blind and deaf. So that was the only way. And on top of it, it wasn't the owner, it was the owner's, girlfriend who brought her doggy with anxieties and also the blind and deaf doggy. And so between the combination of having all of this personality in one, the only way was actually to take this, wave pictures. So it was interesting, Yeah. Well, but every baby is different. So it's just take the attention, try to capture the attention.
I've also taken old toys of London as a chewer. So I take old squeakers out of things so I can hold my camera and I can be squeaking at the same time. So sometimes that helps.
Yeah, for sure. Squeaky toys are really helpful. But when you pick the squeaky toy, and this is the trick, I always try for the squeaky toy to be smaller, so I can actually hold it. And I'm so funny when I go to a store, because you can hear Vasis there. We probably have to do, safari swashing, finding the perfect in the store. But it's so funny because I take the toys and I squeak them and I walk and I squeak them and I think. So I always will try to pick a little longer, a smaller, long surface of a toy, where sometimes depending of where I'm pressing it, it would give me a little slightly different noise. Hi, Lian, so nice to see you there. And so this is how I try to have the final goal. It's that I can use one toy, for multiple purposes. And what's the funny part is that a lot of times, actually, I get some toys also from Amazon. And, of course, I'm sure that Lily, and I'm sure you, dear friends, whoever is watching, the video right now, the training, and the replay, our babies have a lot of toys. But I guess there is something magical about having the toy of a photographer. So every time when I gift a toy to my clients, which doesn't happen too often, but I had people texting me 3 years later to say, Vasi, we bring everywhere we travel the toy from you. Our furry babies, he loves it. So this is the deal, friends. Is just be aware in the size. And sometimes you have these big toys where you can find the squeaky part. It's so little and it's in the tail or the part of the body, I wouldn't recommend to you to use this for picture specifically. They may have fun with it, but can you imagine holding the phone and then the toy? It's just really, it's not easy.
That's why I like the little squeaker that comes out of the toy. Then I don't really have to hold a toy. I can just hold on to the squeaker. And I mean, that's what makes our dogs pay attention anyway, usually. But yeah.
It's my God. It's so hard, it's really, really difficult, but it's just you do what you have to do, and then, you hear me reminding you and suggesting you that try to take the pictures first and then try to improve them and perfect them. And I know that you probably will get sick and tired of me repeating it, but truly it's really true. It is really true that that's the way, to do it. And I actually want to even show you here. Okay, so how it's going to work, but I want to show you that I'm going to share. Can I? Okay, I can share my screen. Okay, so let's see. I can probably sharing. Okay, so okay, so hopefully, okay, so I don't know if anyone can you see my screen? Maybe not. Probably. No, you cannot see my screen. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, otherwise I will master it. I haven't, but the idea is what I'm going to do. Yes, yeah, I cannot share because I don't have two screens. Okay, I got it. But what I'm going to do after I'm done, I teach teach this, the mastermind, the membership, where I'm going to be showing reels today. And I'm very excited about it. And also I'm going to be showing then class, but the idea is that later I will give you some links for no screen. Okay, thank you. I will give you some, I'm give you the links to the toys I like to use. And again, I wouldn't suggest for the pets to, eat them. They're not high quality. I just pre-select them like for pictures, for you to be able. And sometimes, do you know what? I had cases when I photographed. Also, like I photographed like deaf dogs, and so with them, I actually would use a ribbon, like a very bright color, and I will move it. It's like kitty cats, so practically, that's what it is. And it's interesting because, I'm working. So friends, the podcast is coming. It's going to be called Pet Pix Academy show, and it's going to be launched on March 5th officially. And I'm going to introduce you're going to listen to the episode with Kitty, and she's going to tell us, how you how you capture the attention of your pet for movies and for TV advertising, which is so interesting. But one thing I saw it, and I want to kind of, share with you, is that what she was using was, she's using like a big, it's like a, what is it? It's kind of a stick with a ribbon, pet ribbon. And so this is how they walk when you want the pet to walk when you're on stage or when you're making the movies. It's so interesting. And then also sign language, people, because the idea is that the pet owner or the handler will be there until they're making the movie or the advertising, the commercial, and they need to be able to communicate with the pet, and everything happens with hands. So it's just, I wanted to throw this fact. It's interesting, right, Kathy? Right, Christy?
It's very interesting. That is.
Yeah, it's just very different. I haven't really, it's this podcast, I learned so much so far with the people I interviewed, but yeah, I cannot wait to share with you. It's just so amazing. And then a friend of mine, she's a dog trainer. She also agreed to come as a speaker, to be a guest. And if you know any of your friends who want to be a guest, private message me. So any questions, dear friends, anything I wanted to do. So let's talk about Mardi Gras because it's today. And Mary Ellen, she did post some pictures there. So let's talk about Mardi Gras. So green, purple are the colors, gold. And so the question for you, friends, it's how you can just take these pictures or maybe reuse an old pictures you have, right? Are you passionate? Like, Do you sometimes end up using old pictures because you didn't have the time, really, it wasn't her day, or you didn't have the chance to take
Yeah,
pictures of her?
absolutely. Yeah, but sometimes Lily's a little younger, so it might not, or might be last year's or not. Just depends.
Well, I always suggest this is my shortcut of how I handle it when my chicky doesn't want to be a star. So what I do, and I said it a lot of times, you know me, I just use Canva. I will go to Canva, and I will just create my own template and everything else. And by the way, for those of you who have my Canva class, I added 2 new videos yesterday there in the website, in the Facebook group as well, the private. And the same like April, she said, I use my Valentine's pictures. Yeah, so you can reuse old pictures, and just as long as you use like an app or a Canva where you can add like nice frames, this is how it can happen. So, but you do use this as well, right? Oh,
Yeah.
Mary Ellen, yeah. You use it the same. And honestly, it's like, even like, it's simple. Like, even if your pet doesn't like to, get dressed and you don't have anything. So even if you get like, like, even like you have like a little mouse ball, like you mix it, the green with gold. If you have something left over from the holidays and put it aside, this could be a picture for you. And by the way, we have here April. She says yes. I added, Mardi Gras elements in Canva. That's awesome. I would love actually for you, if you don't mind, to share it, please. That would be really great for us to see it. Please, at some point. And then Sharon, she says, yes, sometimes I use old favorite pictures. And I use them all the time. In fact, I actually use pictures I took 4 or 5 years ago. Now we are upgrading the website of Pet Pix Academy, and sometimes old pictures are gorgeous, especially in your case when they are, just you love them, like they have special memories. You look at them and you remember when they did this cute face, or you had problem of proper dress. You're taking pictures outside.
The old ones are usually the dark ones that, don't really,
Yes, before Vasi time. Yes, that's what it is. Yes, before Vasi time for sure. But then after Vasi time, that's hilarious. Yeah, they become brighter and cuter and nicer.
You have to give me a little while. It's only been a year, so I don't have that many that I can go back and use. But, yeah, occasionally I have.
But what? It's also awesome. It's like Claire, what she does, because now you know how to edit your pictures. So even if they're dark, you can still go through your old pictures and edit them. And, I always remember the easiest way is just to convert them in black and white. This is how easy and simple it is, and you save the day.
Right.
Black and white, and it's done deal, and this way, even if they're noisy, whatever it's the case, just convert them, black and white. So it's
that's
really
true. Yeah, I could do that. Nobody has to know.
Yeah. And exactly. So you can convert the picture in black and white. You can also, what you can do is that you can practically crop it in a little bit more, so it doesn't, that you are using an old picture. I doubt that someone will go on your Facebook or Instagram and just scroll down a year ago and just check your picture. But if anything,
clear back in 2013 when we started and said, hey, you did this, how many years ago? I don't think anybody's going to do that.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. And by the way, here, Michelle, she's saying we have like a pirate festival in Tampa Bay. We have many necklaces for Mardi Gras. That's really awesome. Yeah, that's, so you see, you can use it. I mean, anywhere you look around you, you can practically use what you have, just from one dollar store to, I understand that safety comes first nowadays, and it's kind of hard to go to certain stores, but honestly, if anything, you can probably, I don't know, I'm just thinking, maybe if you have like a vase, or maybe even if you have a plant, like I have a green plant and it's green, and if you get something gold from your holiday decorations, why not? And then purple, it could be purple, could be that your frame, the digital frame you add into your pictures. So that's how easy, and just be creative, think out of the box,
Right. kind of like the pictures that are black and white, and then they just they put color as a like a pop of color in those. I think you do that on one of the apps that I used to have, but I don't
Uh-huh.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? I think that's a great idea, but also what I'm thinking about is that maybe what we can do is you can. So listen, this is genius. Like if you have a shirt or a skirt, Claire, April, she's saying overlay of color. Yeah, you can do overlay a filter with color as well. But what you could do, it's maybe you can just take a skirt or a dress, and you can use this as your background, or
Oh,
even better, I'm
yeah.
here. Like, look at this. Look at this. This is genius. Okay, so. Uh, like that's why I love our teaching, because it's really awesome. Okay, so what you could do is you can take a bucket, right? And then you can just take your shirt. Obviously, you know, some shirts are kind of more fit, other a little baggy or a skirt, but you can just have the front only, like here the gold or green or purple. Like a lot of people love purple, like my mother-in-law, my mom, and my daughter. Like I have three women in my life who love purple. And you also love purple, right?
I do. I do.
Yes. So
My
purple is,
favorite color is periwinkle, but yes.
oh, well, I'm glad that, you know, and then so when you look around, I'm sure you can find something, you know, in your home in purple, and then purple, green, and gold. So this is how you can create it. And I understand it's today, but do you know what? Today has 24 hours,
That's
depending
right.
on where you live. For you, probably like Pacific time, it's like almost one. So practically,
Right. It's one. It's almost two.
yeah,
Yeah.
you, two, yeah, you, two,
Yeah,
your
for me,
mountain.
it's, Seattle area would be one.
Yeah, yeah, the California, because we have a lot of students California, and then the, you know, purple is Daisy's Rider's cover. Yeah, it's so funny because that every pet, you know, has different covers which are, you know, flattering to them depending of their fur. Uh,
Yes.
you know, if they're more neutral, like Chico, it's very neutral as Chihuahua, and he's cowering. You know, some babies, they may be brown, so maybe purple wouldn't necessarily be very flattering with them. But then you can use gold and green. So this is the beauty of it, that you can just look around and use what you have. And like here, so I have a little bow today, yeah, and so. Thank you. But so the idea is that even if you have, you can create your own bow. You know, like if you have a ribbon, you know, you can create a bow and just put it like I showed you here, my on my neck. So just, it's all about, honestly, creativity. Just try to be creative, you know, that's the point of it.
Mhm.
Creativity, it's the key, just to create something outstanding. And you know, at the end of the day, and I know I keep reminding and repeating myself, it's that we take pictures to have fun.
Mhm.
So embrace it. You know, again, even if you see me, like my average session, if I do a studio session and I photographed one doggy, I would take probably 150 pictures for sure, you know. But then eventually, the truth is that I will most likely show to my clients probably 24, 35, 40, depending of, you
Mhm.
know, how many poses, how old is the baby, the personality. And then only one, two to three of them will end up going on the wall as big pieces. So you photograph a lot, but in reality, you don't need to use all of them for your social media or to
Right.
give it to the
True.
brands. You know, like on average, how many pictures do you take? And I would like to hear also from you, friends, how many pictures do you take on average? You're going to say, Vasis,
Yeah,
you.
I was taking pictures just trying to get one. I took probably close to 50 or 60
Oh,
just to get one good one. And I think that I've become too picky, I think, sometimes, and I start getting picky about this, picky about that, and then I see it after it's taken and I go, okay, that's not good. Let's do it this. And yeah, it's just, yeah. I'm a
uh,
perfectionist, so that's
yeah,
not good.
yeah. Do you know what's the problem? Is that you're too educated. And this is
Yeah.
very go for all of my students, and right there in the chat,
Right.
am I right? But all of you eventually become honestly more educated than average photographer,
Yeah.
and because you have been with me for over a year, considering I always teach too much, which is not for everyone, to be honest with you. And that's why my courses, a lot of them are recorded, so you can go and watch them at your pace and rewatch them in 6 months from now. But that's the problem. And believe me, I'm the same way. I'm very picky, and this is the reason why, like, currently I'm working on my clients' art pieces, and I edit them, and then I go back and I see them again, and I'm look at this. The hair looks good. Is the fur looks good? Is it going to be okay if I print 24 by 36 canvas? And then after I look at it for a little while, then I say, yes, it's a winner. Let me press the links and send it to my client. So I understand, believe me. So you and I, we on the same on the same boat. And then here we have comments, so 40ish per session, and then April, she has 50 she takes about 50 pictures, and she took 50 pictures and then realized that the outfit or background wasn't correctly, and honestly, yes, this is exactly so true. It's just that's the truth, friends. You take as many pictures as you need to get few good ones, and then you do everything. you know Being on the bottom, go on top, keep changing angles.
And when we did that collaboration with Crown and Paw, they said, send us everything that you've done, because as taking photos, you've taken a ton of photos just to get one, so we want to see it all. And so I sent it all to them.
That's
And
amazing.
I don't know if they appreciate that, but they got a lot of stuff.
That's just amazing. And to be honest with you, exactly, just embrace it. Take the different pictures. Again, believe me, and this is the reason why I say, get everything ready first and then add your furry babies. And by the way, thank you for the comments that the captions are right, because especially for people with accent, this is sometimes hard. So thank you, it means a lot. And just embrace it. That's it. Embrace it. There, it's, if I will say, one thing, just embrace it. And just keep taking pictures, and if you need to take 50, it's okay. If you have to use treats or other things, again, it's okay. Don't overfit your babies, but whatever it takes, especially now, since we are shifting so much through me teaching you this year, on social media, and how to become a pet brand ambassador, and so social media influencer. So the quality of the pictures are really, like, this is must have. It's very, very important. And then April, she's commenting, we are so lucky we don't have to pay and wait for them to be developed before seeing what they look like in before the digital era. And this is true. I mean, this is so true that you don't need to wait anymore. You just take the pictures, and you see them right away. But just take a second and look at them really carefully. And it's so funny because even my mom, she asked me, so Vasi, what it's like your editing style? And why I'm saying this, because editing and taking the picture is very similar. So I always start, this is the way my brain works. I look at the furry baby, I look at the face, I look at the body language, I look at the lighting, I look at the background, and if everything meets my criteria, and I say yes, and then I continue pressing the button. It doesn't matter, phone or camera. So this is my behind the scene things. That's what we do. And yes, now being able to see the pictures right away. And this is what I love about the phone, that not only seeing them, but also editing them, even basic editing, just to pop the colors and, brighten the highlights and the shadows a little bit. It's just amazing. So, Christy, before we are done for today, you please, dear friends, write there in the comments like any questions before we are done, because we need to jump to our membership class, which, by the way, the membership, it's going to be again in StreamYard. I share the link to you, all of you there. Anything anyone wants to say? Or maybe you can say, bye, crazy Vasi. We had enough from you.
No,
By the way, thank you. Just a little bit, I think that every artist, I'm embracing it. Every artist, we're a little crazy. And I'm okay with that, as
that's
long
okay.
as we're learning. And then April, she says, I just wanted to say that this group is so great and supportive. Thank you. And thank you so much, April, for saying that. I really appreciate. And this is a little backstory that April and I, we knew each other, I don't know, since 2019. But then April decided to jump really, not only in this group, but just also to our courses. And since last year, like fall till now, you can see like really, because you dedicated the time and your energy, and you change. Like April actually took one of her room, and she now has a home studio. She went through my training for home studio, and it's just amazing to see you now. She's good. She has like how many? 2, 3, 4, 5, like about, she has like 5 to 6 lights. She has,
yeah,
that's the way to go. So thank you to you. Thank you to all of you.
I'm sorry. Does April have Moto Girl, or who's?
Yes, Moto Girl, and
Daisy.
also yes, she has 2 babies. Yes, so yeah, she has 2, and also Daisy Rider. Yeah, April, she says she has 7 lights. That's awesome.
Oh gosh, I'm behind.
You're behind. So it's more to Daisy. Well, we're going to fix this. And don't forget, you photograph 1 for a baby on average, because London typically it's not in the pictures. And then, she has 2. So don't forget this part, lady. Yes. But anyway, okay, I'm sending you kisses and, hugs to everyone. Just very quick announcement. Next week on Wednesday, we are going to have a free class at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time on Reels on Zoom. We are going to give you a little more information, soon. And we'll keep again every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. We are here in our Facebook group. Now we will be also streaming live in YouTube as well. And then eventually we'll have access to the replay too. Thank you so much for your support. And just, April, she says that she has 2 tiny lights behind them. Yes, back, having lights in the back, it's important. There are a lot of reasons why, but we'll talk about it. We have plenty of time. Thank you to Marion for being here. She is here. She is very busy sorting calls for her clients because she is amazing as well. Thank you to all of you, dear friends. Thank you for your support, and the people who joined the Paparazzi Mastermind, our membership. I'm going to see you just in a second there. Thank you, Christy, and thank you, Aaron, for being always with me. It's so much fun hanging out, having like a coffee, virtual coffee. So I will see you soon, friends. Yes, coffee, right? See you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.